Body dysmorphia is not vanity, it is physics gone wrong in the mind. You are not seeing what is there, you are seeing light, bent by memory, culture, and algorithms. Think of a distant galaxy whose path of light is curved by an invisible mass. Astronomers call it gravitational lensing, and midlife body dysmorphia works the same way. There is a real you, but the field between you and your reflection bends the image until you doubt what is true. In plain language, body dysmorphia is a loop of checking, magnifying flaws, and filtering your attention toward what you dislike. The mirror becomes a courtroom, the camera becomes a judge, the verdict never satisfies. You fixate on weight, skin, hair, muscle, or some asymmetry most people barely notice. Compliments feel suspicious. The details you see are real. The meaning you attach to them is distorted. Midlife adds new gravity. Hormones shift, recovery slows. You carry the stress of raising kids, caring for parents, and pushing through a career. Sleep shrinks. Time to move gets bargained away. The internet intensifies it. You scroll through faces lit by ring lights and bodies shaped by surgery, filters, and edits. You compare real life in the United States, Canada, or the United Kingdom to a highlight reel engineered for engagement, not truth. A comparison is a gravitational field. It bends light, then bends your choices. Astronomers do not curse the lens. They measure it so they can recover the source. That is our job too. You can correct your view. The distortion might be a memory of being teased about your body. It might be the way a parent talked about their own body. It might be the endless diet culture that sells shame first and solutions second. It might be the professional pressure to appear tireless and ageless on camera. Name the distortion and you weaken its hold. First, change the instrument because a telescope can be set up to look for the wrong signal, and so can your morning routine. For 1 week, stop starting the day with a front camera check, no mirror, until you have moved your body, hydrated, and eaten protein. This resets salience, teaches the brain that function comes before appearance. You also remove the harshest viewing conditions, as early light and stress amplify flaws. Second, calibrate your distance. Front cameras and close mirrors exaggerate features depending on distance, and the mind does the same thing. When you stand inches from a mirror, features loom, and when you step back 3 to 5 feet with neutral lighting, proportions return. Build a rule for yourself. All scrutiny happens at a humane distance, never rushed, never with a to-do list hanging over your head. Also tune the environment. Overhead fluorescent lighting can carve shadows and make healthy skin look sallow. So choose soft side lighting for any intentional check. Avoid tilt angles that widen or elongate the face. Store the scale out of sight on weekdays so your mood does not orbit a number. Choose clothing by feel and function rather than a size tag. Comfort is not surrender. It is a signal to your nervous system that you are safe. Third move, replace comparison with measurement. Comparison is wild gravity. Measurement is a map. So choose 3 functional metrics for the next 30 days. Examples include minutes walked outside, grams of daily protein, and a bedtime target you can actually hit. If you lift weights, choose a single lift and track progress. If you prefer yoga, track session minutes, and a pose that tests balance. None of these metrics require a perfect week. As they improve, body image often follows because your brain is receiving honest signals of agency. If you have felt trapped by your reflection, stay with me for the next 90 seconds. You will hear a way to reclaim your image that does not depend on perfection, punishing diets, or endless cardio. Fourth, use lensing to your advantage. Gravitational lensing can bring hidden galaxies into view, and you can create an intentional lens that magnifies what matters. Ask someone you trust to describe 3 things they see in you that are not on your body. Maybe it is your steadiness under pressure, the way you show up for family, or the way you solve problems at work. Print the words, put them next to the mirror. Now you are adding mass to the things that are real, but not in your field of view. Fifth move, audit your feed like you would audit your finances. Algorithms amplify what you stare at. If you stop on body content, they give you more and more. Curate a feed that values strength, skill, and real life. Follow creators in the US, Canada, and the UK who train for function, not spectacle. Add educators who talk about sleep, mental health, and sustainable nutrition. Delete accounts that spike urgency or shame. This is not moral judgment, it is physics. In the mind, dysmorphia thrives on cognitive distortions, all or nothing thinking, catastrophizing, mind reading. These feel like truth because they are fast, so slow them down. When a distorted thought appears, write one sentence that uses numbers or direct observation instead of judgment. Not, I look terrible. Something like, I slept 5 hours and my eyes are puffy. Not, I am falling apart. Something like, my weight is up 2 pounds after a stressful week. With practice, you train a witness who does not add extra gravity. Rigorous self-compassion is like adaptive optics in astronomy. Telescopes correct for the turbulence of the atmosphere in real time. You can correct for the turbulence of stress, hormones, and culture in real time. When you talk to yourself with respect, you reduce noise in the signal and the image sharpens. There is another reason this matters in midlife. Your children, your friends, and your teams absorb how you treat your own body. If you frame your body as a problem to be solved, the people who love you will learn the same frame. If you model respect, they will learn that too. In the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, we are living longer, working longer, and parenting longer. The story you tell about your body can add health to those years or subtract it. So choose a story that extends care both inward and outward. Remember what the universe is telling you every clear night. Light travels for years across space, and on the way it is bent by everything it passes. Yet with good instruments and careful models, we recover the truth. Your body is not a problem. It is an instrument, and it carries you through the ordinary heroism of a human life. When the image in your mind feels cruel or small, check the field, name the mass, adjust the lens, then step back into your day and give your light a straight path home. You are so much more than the image in the mirror.